You want to play Autumn Leaves? You know Autumn Leaves? Oh, tell them the first time you met me, the Capitol
Oh,
story.
I was doing some work at Capitol, and I was in the next studio with a girl singer that became famous, Rainey, Sue Rainey. Was her just to start? She was just starting out, a young kid, and I just poked my head into the booth of the studio A. We were in B, and I heard this guitar, and I said, "Who is that?" And the A&R man said, "That's Dennis Budimir playing with Peggy Lee. It sounded so great." And I said, "Oh my God." He says, "Yeah, how about this? He's going into the service in a couple of weeks." I said, "Gee, that's really good news."
That's my favorite story, man.
That's a true story.
Where are you from, Bill?
Well, Denver's where I grew up.
Denver?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I was on the East Coast for a long time.
Were
And
you
then
there
moved to-
when I was with Chico at
No, oh man.
Oh man, that was a time I roomed with Eric Dolphy, and listen to who we worked opposite Birdland: Miles,
Yeah.
Train, Paul Chambers, Wynton Kelly, and Jimmy Cobb.
Yeah.
Just about the best jazz band ever, with the possible exception of Philly and Red Garland, right?
Yeah.
You could say. And so anyway, Cannonball kind of took a liking to me, and I saw him sitting in the booth, and I said, George Coleman and Booker Little invited me to their house, and also, what's the guitar player? Kenny Burrell at Mittens. You know about Mittens.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
about Mittens. And they were all in Harlem. I said, Cannon, how do you get to Harlem? He said, well, you take the A train. I was 19, and all of a sudden, oh, I didn't know. That's what, and it's really an A train. So I got on the A train. You know, our last gig was at Birdland. Eric stayed there
Oh yeah.
and became a famous jazz guy, and I came here and became a half-ass studio player.
Well, that's what I was gonna. There's this whole. It was in the 70s when I discovered your music. There was like up until 1960 something, and then I didn't know what happened. What happened? You know, I didn't know where you were, and then
Neither did I.
no, I was curious how that. But then I found a Joni Mitchell record, and I saw there he is, and then.
You mean
but-
Accord and Spark?
Yeah, something. I forget what it, but it's like a big shift.
You know,
in-
that's a kind of not a famous story, but I used an 1898 Martin guitar on that,
Oh,
and
wow.
she wanted to borrow it. She loved it. And I got it back, of course, but with her wild tuning, and I didn't write it down. So is it too late?
There's a good story about Dizzy Gillespie. He came on the Tonight Show as a guest. He didn't bring any music.
Who was this?
Dizzy.
Oh, okay.
So Doc pulled out a chart, that was like a Bill Holman arrangement. That he just said, open it up for where I play, you play. We ran it down once, and Doc kind of played a little bit. And then we ran it down again, and Dizzy kind of mumbled through a little, and Doc said, you want to run it again? He said, oh, no, man, I'm tired. So that's all the rehearsal we had. So we do it on the show, and Dizzy comes in like gangbusters everywhere. He knew exactly where he was, everything like that. And so after it was over, Snooky Young, who used to play with him, Count, he walked by and he said, Dizzy was laying in the weeds, wasn't he? He acted like he didn't know what was happening.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
I got in the union in 1955 with a group that included Eric Dolphy, and the band leader was H.B. Barnum. He's kind of an impresario in town and producer and record guy. And Red Fox was the headliner. Do you remember Red Fox? And we were kind of poor, and we had to wear blue suits, but they were real shiny, just old and worn out. And there was a stripper had a show called Velvet Vaucher. That was her name. I can't believe it. And it was in a black club, South Central LA. I forgot the name of it now. And so she would finish her thing, and then Red Fox would get up and do his act. And then there was a cue where the band would come back up. And as we were walking up, I remember the first time he looked at it and said, "Where do you get your suit shined?" I'm getting a lot of
We're-
feedback.
You're still getting feedback. Well, it's
Really
the guitar.
feedback.
You can't
Huh?
help. It's the guitar.
Huh?
It's the guitar.
Oh, should I
It's
sell
the
it?
pickup. No. You got to move away about over there. You know,
Oh,
you got to
then
get.
I won't be next to you?
No, I know. That's a problem with those.